My name is Peter Saipira. I'm originally from the Czech Republic, and I do the Christmas light show on Christmas lights on Station Drive. And my original, actually, I'm software developer. Lots of people keep asking me what I do, so because they think it's related to the lightning, but I don't do actually anything related to lightning. I'm just a software developer. So my intention to do the Christmas lights was kind of spontaneous, because before we lived in the apartment complex and we didn't know that people are actually decorating the houses, and when we bought the house we kind of started to notice people are putting Christmas lights, and I was like, yeah, maybe I can do something like that also. So I went to the store, bought a bunch of Christmas lights, and they were mostly white, and they were static. Actually, my display was static and it was missing something. So we were driving around, and we saw actually a bunch of houses, and some of them they had the lights decorated, synchronized with the music. So I started to think maybe I can do something like that. So I went on the internet, started to do some research, and I've noticed some YouTube videos, and I kind of got the ideas how to do it. So then it was like New Year's Day, and I decided to buy like 20 artificial trees from Walmart because they were discounted, and that's how I signed it up actually to do the Christmas lights. So it was mostly spontaneous, and it kind of became my hobby, and I just keep doing it, and every year, this is my fifth year when I do that, and looks like I'm sharing my hobby with people, and people keep enjoying it, so I'm happy to do that. The kind of artificial date for starting to do the Christmas lights and putting the display up usually is October 15th. So that's my goal. I might make it happen sometimes not, but that's when I usually officially start to climb on the roof and start to put the Christmas lights and slowly start the Christmas season. And my display every year, actually, I try to make it a little different, not changing the hardware because it's tough, because as soon as I change the hardware, the synchronization is off. So I'm mostly adding more stuff, or maybe add more synchronized songs into it. So people who comes here every year and they see our lights, so they are not bored and they can see something different. So it's kind of excitement for them also. Christmas lights displays, it's the main part is the same. I'm just it depends how tired I am. I usually sometimes add more stuff, or maybe just add more songs so people can see different songs. Currently I have 7 songs in my display, so maybe next year is gonna be 8, 10, or whatever I decide to do. But I try to make it a little different, so the decoration remains the same, or maybe I just add more lights into it. But adding more lights, it means incorporating into every song, and it takes time. So it's not just to plug a couple of lights and that's it. So they need to be incorporated into the display also. And actually, I have a radio, so people can listen the Christmas lights and stay in the car and just watch the Christmas lights. It's a pretty standard. Whoever does the synchronized lights, they usually have a radio, but this radio is not public because the lights need to be synchronized. So I'm kind of broadcasting my own musics. Whatever songs I decide to synchronize with the light, I put them into the computer, and the player for the Christmas lights play the songs. I have a small radio station, and people can tune it in the car, and they can just listen the lights over there. So yeah, it's not the public radio. It would be really tough actually to synchronize it with the live music. It wouldn't be so elaborate. How is it right now? Well, the attendance of our display at the start, it was really slow. It was because people didn't know about it. So I noticed a couple of cars stopped by, and maybe over the weekend, if we got 10 cars, it was for one night it was 10 cars, and it was pretty high. These days actually we get, since people, it got spread between people, so they shared where they can see the Christmas lights. The attendance actually picked up, and these days maybe 10 cars, it's like in a half an hour. So it gets pretty busy. And during the Christmas day or Christmas Eve, we have like 100 people standing in front of our house and just watching our Christmas light show. So it makes us happy actually. We do something and we see that people keep enjoying that. So it kind of pays off if you see people smiling, kids are dancing around. So it's a good feeling. Yeah, decorating the Christmas lights, it takes time and it's pretty exhausting sometimes. So every end of the season I'm telling myself I'm almost getting done with it and I'm not gonna do it next year. But you know, summer starts and I start to think about some stuff and I'm thinking maybe add more stuff. So as soon as we live in this house, the Christmas lights gonna work as they're gonna be actually on every year. That's the plan, and hopefully our health allows it also. But as soon as we move to a different house, I don't know if I will be able to do it. But the truth is, the display is actually custom made specifically for this house. So as soon as I would move it some different house, I have to resynchronize it, resequence all the new songs, the existing songs, and you know the strings, they're gonna be different, so it's gonna be positioned differently. So it will take me probably a year maybe to get it ready. So if we move, we have to move actually at the start of the year, and so I can work on the Christmas lights. The truth is, sometimes we were doing the kind of exploring what the houses are around, and we were thinking maybe already to move. And every time when we think about move, I always have to think about the Christmas lights. So we kind of started to look at the houses, which looks good for the decoration. So it's a part of our house hunting also. But we kind of abandoned the whole moving situation, and we decided to stay here for a couple more years. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah. So if you are into the Christmas lights, definitely come stop by to see us. We are on 218 Station Drive, Morrisville, North Carolina, and I'm sure you will be really happy actually, and you will be surprised how the display actually is done. So definitely come to see us.